Welcome to Overlow Farm in Mhondoro-Ngezi, Zimbabwe. Thank you to tuning into our channel. Thank you to our returning subscribers. Please continue to like us, please share, please leave your comments. Please have a discussion about the things that you see on the farm, especially things that you feel we could make some improvements. We are working towards a sustainable way of farming, and we are doing our best to try and meet that target. But one of the things we always believe in is to network, because in networking you realize that you have got there's quite a richness in terms of the diversity, in terms of ideas that people can share and come to a position where you're able to do things in a better way. And we don't shun away from new ideas. We believe information is power. Without the right information, we may end up embarking on things that are not necessary, that are not cost effective, and that effectively go against our plans and ideas that we want to achieve. So that's why I always encourage people to share, and I encourage people to leave their comments in the comment section. That way it will enable us to do the best that we can. For us coming on this channel is for us to improve and also to share to those people who are starting to do a bit of agriculture. There are channels that I always watch. I always watch the Value Farm in Uganda. I always watch the Dutch farmer, and there's a lot of information, a reservoir of information that is available for us that we can use. So we should not shun away from sharing information. That's the reason that this channel was established. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. As you can tell, we have got our animals here. This is our goat pen just behind us. We're going to make some improvements to it, especially we're going to try and get proper timber, because we have been trying to use the trees around our area, but then until we receive our chain mill so that we can create our own timber, we'll have to make do with having to purchase some. But for now, what we have got in place is working, and we welcome that. But then in future, we'll continue to make some improvements in terms of our infrastructure. The most important thing is what happens on the ground in terms of productivity. Our goats are increasing. We are hoping to double our numbers, because we've got quite a good selection of female does that we anticipate will be giving birth sometime in November in their numbers. So we are looking to be doubling the numbers, and we're also looking to acquiring new goats, some Boer and Kalahari, and a bit of Savannah for milk, because Savannah, as you know, is very good for milk production. So we are trying to improve in all facets in terms of goat production. We also have chickens, and with chickens we are doing our best with chickens in that we've got a few breeds that we've started with. One of the things that we have been having is a high mortality rate in terms of the chicks, and there's something that we are making adjustments in terms of seeking appropriate housing for them, so that at least we minimize where it's spacious enough to minimize the mortality rate. Otherwise, it sort of defeats the object of growing the business. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and thank you for tuning into our channel, Overlow Farm in Mhondoro-Ngezi, Zimbabwe. We continue to do our best in terms of what we do. Please like us. If there's anything that you feel we can do, like I always say, comments are there for us to receive, and comments are there for us to work on, and discussions are good for us to facilitate a dialogue that is productive. They say, think and grow rich. You always have got to start small and grow big. That way you gain the experience and the necessary tools that will enable us sort of oil the system so that you are doing things effectively. So I always appreciate it when people are starting new projects and asking for ideas, because information, you don't want to be stuck with wrong information. That's why it's important to share information. So sometimes it helps you also get up-to-date information, what's happening in a particular area. So I always believe by sharing information we are actually advancing each other in terms of what our ventures, our business ventures. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. As you can tell, these are our chickens. They have got various ages. They are all across various ages. They are doing great, and we hope it continues that way. In numbers, we are talking in terms of, it is a game of multiplication, and we believe in a few months or so we'll be talking in terms of big numbers. Thank you for your time, and thank you for tuning into our channel, Overlow Farm. We're here, we are, this is what you see, this is what we use here typically in Zimbabwe. We're gonna be, this is our maize barn. We just put it to allow the maize to dry up. We didn't get, there was a, as you know, we had a bit of a challenge with the rains this year, so we didn't get much. This is all geared towards feeds for the animals. It is geared towards feeds for the animals, so we are hoping at least the maize will help with chicken feed, a bit of cattle feed here and there, especially for those animals that could be struggling, say with weaners. We'll try and get a few, some concentrate, some other mixed with other, augmented with other minerals to make the feed quite rich. This is our storage that we are just in the process of constructing. Basically, this one is just to store our tools, and also a bit of our concentrates and things like that. In time, we'll be constructing a mixing room where we'll be mixing feeds and stuff like that. This is a makeshift sink where we do our washing up and all sorts, and this is a makeshift kitchen. We are, as I've always said, we are still starting. We are still in the process of the formative stage, so we haven't disturbed some of the things that you may typically expect on a typical farm. We have had a harvest. We allow our goats to sort of forage in the areas that we have the area that we have cleared up. And as you can tell, these goats, we did bring them out this morning, and now they are coming back onto the farm, the main site, where there are pens, and that's where they have the water. So we allow them to forage. There are so many bushes around. They go with vegetation, crop residue. We allow them to graze in there. We allow them to go across the other paddle, which is across the road. This allows them to have a rich diet in terms of what they need. As you know, goats are a foraging animal. So we are doing our best to make sure that we are also managing predators around here. In terms of where we are actually based, we've got our farm dogs, which are very good guard dogs. They are quite friendly to humans. But when it comes to wild animals, we do have jackals here, and we've had instances where jackals that have got rabies have sort of passed through the farm. But then the dogs have been able to sort of divert their attention away from the farm, which is a good thing, because you don't want your investment to be at risk from any of these predators rather. So it is interesting. It's nice vegetation. We are trying to, all by our own means, to try and with time cover all this area. We're going to be venturing into the no-tilling venture, where we don't have to till our land. We'll rely on mulching. A lot of mulching will be involved, and we don't disturb much of the soil. For now, we're gonna be doing, this is temporary. This is just vegetables for the people working on the farm. We're gonna be increasing it here where I'm standing here. I'm gonna be establishing a greenhouse where we'll be putting in seedlings and all sorts. The good thing about that is it allows you to do a lot of things with regards to creativity. because everything starts from the greenhouse in terms of what you want to be planting in the next few weeks and months, and everything starts from the effectiveness of the greenhouse. So we are using the greenhouse effectively mainly for starting our seedlings. So this is one of the things. So but then for now, whatever you see in this shelter is mainly just for consumption on the farm while people are working. So it's small, starting small, but aiming to go big. All this area that we are seeing, we are hoping that this is all we're gonna be doing a lot of market gardening once we have established water. We're in the process of just creating a rain harvesting reservoir in the farm. You will see a separate video when we're doing that. We've got actually managed to hire some James Coopers. So we're going to be establishing that, because we do have water channels within the farm that we're going to use to try and improve this area and trying to have some water. We're going to establish water systems. If you can tell, where that middle area, that's where we're going to be putting our main tank, and we'll be taking advantage of the gravity that is available. Of course, we'll install some pumps, but then we'll be taking advantage of the gravity coming from that site in the middle of this piece of land. Beyond this, we do have, if you can tell from there, we do have our orchard. We're going to be expanding it, going in that direction. I'm not sure whether that's north or west, to be honest with you. But then we're going to be going in that direction in terms of our expansion of the orchard. So there's a lot of things happening at the farm, as you can tell. Obviously, it's working in progress. There's so many things that needs to be sorted out. That shelter that you see is going to be, that's our dog kennel. In time, we're going to be putting a fence on there so that our dogs are sort of housed during the course of the day and released at night. So that at least we know the farm is secure. Thank you. It's always good when we talk about these things, and it's also nice to see the man behind the voice. We continue to strive to improve the way we broadcast on our channel and the way we do things, and we appreciate you spending time on the channel, leaving your comments and subscribing, and also sharing with others, because it is through sharing. This area that Overlow is located is the same area that you find those who are familiar with Mhondoro-Ngezi, especially those in Zimbabwe. We've got a village nearby which is actually striving. We've got people who are very innovative. We're coming up with ideas to improve the land that they are doing their farming. So that's why we always want to share with others. The government is doing its best to try and enable farmers to be effective in the way they do their things, and we appreciate that. We really appreciate the time that is put towards farming. It's precious time, because if you don't respect seeds, you realize it's going to be a struggle for you to reap, because if you don't sow your seeds, and if you don't, that comes with everything. I always believe that money is seed. If you put it towards the right investment, you will earn something. You will earn a harvest, whatever you harvest, whatever, be it investment, be it stocks, be it animals, be it farming, be it whatever you may think of. Money is like a seed. You've got to learn you've got to learn to make it multiply. That way you see how precious money is. Money has got to be respected.